Hi guys, Amy here. Something really important that I want to talk to you about today, and it's about taking responsibility. So this has come up a few times with various people in my life, and I thought it was really important because it keeps kind of popping up. I thought it was really important to actually get this out. So I want to share something with you that actually kind of divides the room, and people either completely reject it or totally accept it. And if you can totally accept it, it changes your life. It changes the way you respond to everything. It changes the way things happen to you, and changes your perspective on everything. So what I want to get across to you is that you are responsible for everything that happens to you. So it doesn't matter if somebody's rude to you or somebody's, nasty to you. You've got a colleague at work who just won't stop sinking you, won't stop throwing you under the bus or whatever. You have to take responsibility for these things in your life. The more you let things just happen to you, the more you let things be out of your control, the less power you have over your own life. Now, this gets into some other areas, so I'm just trying to keep this really clean and neat. But what I'm trying to say to you is that if you take that responsibility and you say, okay, everything that happens to me is due to the choices that I've made, the paths that I've chosen, the places that I've gone, the people that I've chose to associate myself with. When you take responsibility in that way, you suddenly are completely empowered and have total control over your own destiny. Now, I just want to make something very, very clear. Bad shit happens in people's lives every day. Somebody cuts you off on the road, or somebody's nasty to you at work, or your kids won't listen and it's driving you crazy. You have a massive argument with your spouse. Now, you can sit there and blame, or you can take the responsibility and say, okay, I'm not communicating well enough with my kids, I'm not communicating well enough with my spouse, somebody cutting you off on the freeway, I know it sounds like it's out of your control. It's actually not. It's a reflection of what's going on the inside. Somebody being nasty to you at work, you think it's out of your control. It's not. It's the way you talk to yourself inside that is a reflection of what's going on in the external world. When you can take responsibility and you go, okay, I need to change my self-talk because people are really rude to me all the time. It's because you have that going on the inside. You're really quite nasty and rude to your own self. This may be hard for some people to swallow, but if you can embrace this kind of mentality, you change your whole world. You change your whole destiny. I used to have people nasty to me all the time. I'd get quite emotional about it. I always thought, why are they so mean to me, blah, blah, blah. But in truth, I was so mean to myself on the inside that your unconscious mind puts out these tiny vibrations that other people understand at a subconscious level. They don't understand consciously why they feel okay to treat you like shit, but they do understand at an unconscious level that it's okay to target this person because this person has a lot of negative shit going on inside of them as well. Now, whether you choose to believe that or choose not to, it's very empowering if you can actually embrace that and say, okay, I need to change my own self-talk. I need to change my own, the things that are going on inside my own head. And when you can accept that, and when you can accept that the choices that you make lead you to the things that happen to you in your life, then you suddenly gain all this power back over your own outcomes, over your own destiny, over the places and the success, the places you'll go and the success that you'll have. Now, I have to make this very, very clear because I know I'm going to get people out there saying, well, what about when somebody's raped or somebody's abused, or what about when a child is beaten or something along those lines? I'm not saying that they're responsible. There's always going to be bad shit that is completely out of our control. But the more you can take control of what happens to you and take responsibility of what happens to you, then the more empowered you are. When something really severe happens to people, they're abused, or even losing a loved one, that's completely out of your control. But how you respond to that is not. If you lose a loved one, of course you need time to mourn. If you have, if you're physically abused, sexually abused, mentally abused, you need time to heal from that. But do you let that abuse and losing that loved one, do you let that define you for the rest of your life? It's your choice. You can take responsibility as to whether it defines you or whether it empowers you. Successful people, people with a lot of happiness, they choose the path that is empowering. They choose the path that allows them to be stronger because of the things that have happened to them and not be weaker because of the things that have happened to them. I hope you guys have gotten some value from this. We'll talk again soon. Thanks.